Hezbollah names its operation after a Quranic verse, the one about an invading army destroyed by God. 150 rockets, Haifa, Acre, Tel Aviv, Jerusalem, all at once. Israel strikes back, hitting IRGC headquarters in Beirut. It's day 12, and it's only getting louder. The skies over the Middle East lit up in violence again as Hezbollah fired an opening salvo of 100 rockets into northern Israel on part of a barrage that would grow to at least 150 launches over several hours, marking one of the heaviest single assaults since the group entered the conflict 12 days ago. The Lebanese militant group named the operation Devoured Chaff, a reference to a Quranic verse describing an invading army destroyed by divine intervention. Air raid sirens sounded across Haifa, Acre, and the Beirut area, with alerts later spreading south to Tel Aviv, Jerusalem, and the coastal plain as rockets were detected, launching simultaneously from Lebanon and Iran.
Over the past 24 hours, and especially in the last few hours, the firing towards Israel from Iran and Hezbollah in Lebanon has continued. The attempt to expand the launches to many areas across the country is a direct response to the extensive and deep damage and the pressure we are exerting on them, and this pressure is increasing day by day.
According to the Israeli media, 5 people were injured when a rocket scored a direct hit on a private home in the Galilee. Israeli paramedics described arriving to find a building with destruction, shrapnel, and smoke. A rocket was also intercepted over central Israel, with interceptions triggering loud explosions audible across the country. The Israeli military said its warplanes were simultaneously striking rocket launch platforms and infrastructure across Lebanon. In Beirut, the IDF hit what it described as high-rise buildings used by Hezbollah for planning operations, including what Defrin called the headquarters of the air arm of Iran's Islamic Revolutionary Guard Corps in the Lebanese capital.
We completed a wave of strikes on high-rise towers in the heart of Beirut. These are towers that Hezbollah used for planning and advancing terror operations. In effect, they turned them into terror towers in the middle of the civilian population. One of the central terror towers we struck was the headquarters of the Air Force of the Islamic Revolutionary Guard Corps in Beirut. This headquarters was used to carry out terror activities by the regime's air arm through its proxies in Lebanon.
The violence did not stop there. In the early hours of March 12th, an Israeli strike on Beirut's Ramlet al-Baida seafront killed at least 6 people, with some reports putting the figure higher. Footage from the scene showed damaged cars, bloodstains on the ground, and emergency personnel combing through the wreckage.
We are striking Hezbollah and Iran continuously. It is important to emphasize, follow the instructions of the Home Front Command only. The IDF is prepared with strong defensive measures and will do everything necessary to protect the citizens of Israel. I say from here to all our enemies, anyone who tries to harm us will pay a heavy price.
Lebanon's health ministry says Israeli strikes have killed 634 people since March 2nd, including 91 children, with over 1,500 others wounded in the strikes. Some 800,000 people have been displaced. Hezbollah began targeting Israeli military sites on March 2nd, following the killing of Iranian Supreme Leader Ali Khamenei in a joint US-Israeli strike. Israel launched its military campaign in Lebanon on the same day, before starting a limited ground incursion in the south on March 3rd. Israel and the United States launched their joint military operation against Iran on February 28th. The conflict has since drawn in militant groups across the region, with rockets and missiles now a near-daily reality for the region. A missile struck Israel's SES satellite communications station in the Ha'ela Valley, just south of Beit Shemesh, damaging critical infrastructure linked to global satellite operations. Israeli police confirmed that the damage was caused by a missile launched by Hezbollah during the latest round of cross-border hostilities. Authorities said the strike hit infrastructure connected to the satellite ground station, though the full extent of the damage is still being assessed. The SES facility in the Ha'ela Valley is part of the ground network that supports satellite communications, linking space-based satellites with terrestrial networks that handle broadcasting, data transmission, and secure communications. According to Israeli media reports, emergency services and security personnel were dispatched to the area shortly after the strike. Police confirmed that fragments from the missile impact caused structural damage at the site. The Ha'ela Valley facility plays an important role in Israel's satellite communications ecosystem. Ground stations like this one connect satellites in orbit to users on Earth, enabling everything from television broadcasting to internet connectivity and data relay services. CS, the global satellite operator linked to the facility, runs one of the world's largest satellite fleets, providing communications coverage across multiple continents. While officials have not yet confirmed whether satellite services were disrupted, analysts say the strike highlights the strategic importance of such ground infrastructure. Unlike satellites themselves, which are difficult to target in orbit, ground stations are fixed locations and can become vulnerable during military conflict. The missile attack comes amid a wider escalation between Israel and Hezbollah along Israel's northern front. In recent days, exchanges of fire have intensified, with rockets, missiles, and drone attacks targeting areas across Israel and southern Lebanon. Israeli defense officials have repeatedly warned that Hezbollah possesses a vast arsenal of precision-guided missiles capable of striking sensitive infrastructure across the country. Security analysts say communications hubs, power stations, and military facilities could all become potential targets in a broader confrontation. The strike near Beit Shemesh is particularly significant because it occurred in central Israel, far from the immediate northern border where most of the fighting has taken place. This suggests Hezbollah may be expanding the geographic scope of its attacks. Authorities have not yet reported casualties from the strike. However, security around strategic infrastructure sites across Israel has been tightened as officials assess the implications of the attack. For Israel's defense establishment, the incident underscores a growing challenge. Modern warfare is increasingly focused not only on military bases and frontline targets, but also on the technological infrastructure that underpins communications, intelligence, and national security. As the conflict continues to evolve, the strike on the Ha'ela Valley satellite station is likely to raise new questions about how vulnerable critical communications networks are during wartime.